All right. I spend entirely too long giggling and writing a cutesy letter and like crossing out things and rewriting and like it. I am so
the letter
invested.
ends up a mess.
While she's doing that, because if it is taking a while,
Sure.
Veggrek would like to get Kafie aside for a second, if he can. Just kind of wave him over.
Sure.
Pardon me. So, as an organization of the Delvers, you this place it's got some association with the Church of Numry, yeah? Would you say?
Yes, I am a cleric of Numry.
That's wonderful. My master is a paladin thereof, and a devotee, and I was wondering if you'd seen her lately. Taller than me, tall, kind of a strong nose, strong jaw, green armor, baby blue, short
Does
hair.
she have a name?
Ah, yes, Diana the Esteemed, Diana Brightlight.
Oh, Lady Diana, one of our platinum rank members. Yes, of course I'm familiar with her. What has happened to her?
Well, just when was the last time you saw her?
I last saw her probably about 7 years ago.
Okay.
She said she had found something that was extraordinary, and that was really it. She wouldn't give us any details.
I see. Thank you. So, would that have been since she disappeared? Or since the last encounter Veggrek had with her?
No, it wouldn't have been.
Okay, so this is a thing that happened before all this. This is not new information.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll do my best to help you out with the problem in the dungeon.
It's my pleasure. If Diana turns up and you find her, tell her that Kafie sends his regards.
Will do. And I bow.
That sounded so menacing.
Oh, the polite little gremlin.
Speaking of little gremlin, I not grab him, but like, I imagine this letter takes like half an hour to write.
You're not wrong.
So at some point I'll also kind of grab Veg and be like, I did not catch your name.
Oh,
she's kind of grinning as she says it. Veggrek.
Veggrek, stalwart squire to the esteemed Lady Diana Brightblade.
That is a very long name.
Veggrek. You could call me Veg if you like.
All right.
Or Grek, I suppose. I've not got an official title. I'm not knighted.
All right, Veg or Grek. Okay.
And to be
you
clear,
can call me whatever you like.
And just to be sure, you aren't a child wearing a tiny suit of armor.
No, Veg is doing some quick math. No.
Dog ears.
Nope. No, I'm an adult.
Good. Maybe you can help us with something.
Be happy to.
Do you know what a goblin is?
Yes.
What's a goblin?
And he looks over to Renn, sort of expecting her to cut him off at some point.
He called me capable. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay. Well, a goblin is a nasty little green thing. It's a bit of a cow, and it's a bit of a lizard, and it's a bit of a rat, and they are squalid little filthy. They're creatures. They're creatures. And they're, there's there's not an inherent evil to them, but they've got rough upbringings, and they tend to turn out mean. Does that help?
Just off in the wilderness. Hey, who you calling mean?
Quick smash cut to Dort. Quick smash cut back.
Right.
Yeah, Dort's just like, did you say something? No, never
Like,
mind.
sneezes
I
out
get
in the
the feeling
wilderness.
somebody's making
Yep.
fun of me somewhere.
Sense of disturbance in the force.
The goblin force.
Hey, Goblin King.
Mhm.
All goblins can sense when someone's talking shit about them.
They learn to tune it
Yeah.
out because it happens a lot.
It's not a very useful ability.
White noise.
I think that helps. I only knew about half of those creatures you named.
Oh.
I found it a little bit more useful, perhaps.
Will you let me know if you see a goblin? And I will then know what a goblin is.
I can do that.
Alright.
Of course, I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. I'm pretty familiar with the with goblins.
We're
And
not
most
from
a lot
around
of
here,
experience.
as you can probably tell.
Oh, me neither. Me neither. I'm from quite a ways away.
Really?
Yeah, so are we all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like Wallace is that far.
Would it be too strange if I signed it XO?
So,
Oh, I can't be so forward to put E+R. Erase that. That's too. No.
How long have you served your charge, Sir Veggrek?
Oh, hang on. How old am I? Got at least 11 years. So my whole
Really?
life. Yep. Well,
My whole
God.
life I'm not a child.
Wah, wah, wah.
yeah.
You just outed yourself right there.
What? Shh.
Otto is doing mental math, like, okay,
Yep.
okay, not everybody lives as long as elves. How long is 11 years? How long is 11 years?
Oh, that's true. Anna probably doesn't know.
Basically a human lifespan.
I mean, anything.
Oh, all right. I think I'm quite finished with this now.
Congratulations.
Thank you again, Coffee.
Coffee.
Thank you. I'm never gonna get that right.
It is fine. I'm using a Jarl accent with an African name. It doesn't make any sense.
All right. Well then, let's be off on this adventure thing.
Let's
Where
be.
do we proceed?
Follow us to the starter dungeon.
Very well.
Yep.
Starlight.
And
No, we're in the
Otto
starter dungeon.
leads you over to where the starter dungeon is.
Hey, look, we made it, guys.
Yay.
That persuaded me.
I
All right.
did.
I'm so
proud.
proud.
Thank you for giving me that opportunity. I don't know if I would have been able to otherwise.
Oh no, you did good. That was very good.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my dice.
All right. Now, the first trap should still be disarmed unless it's... And I go over to check just to make sure.
All right, give me investigation with advantage.
Is
'cause,
the
you
log
know,
still there? The log was
only a
hanging.
twelve.
the
Like
door
in the middle
is
of the room.
closed again.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it looks like it's been reset.
all right, everybody, stand back.
What are
I
you doing?
Open the door again.
All right, give me another dexterity save with advantage.
I'll lean
Yes,
over.
crit.
Wow.
Holy crap. That
So
door is gone.
Punch the log in
Hulk
midair.
smash!
you open the door and the tree comes out. You just hold your hand out and catch it, and just ease it back into the room.
Because Renn asked, I'll kind of like, while he's doing this, explain. Well, the door is trapped. And so
Oh, good.
he's
Please.
disarming the trap.
Perfect.
All right. So
At this point, I'm
easy
just at this point, Veg is beginning to think that Ando is also an ASMR.
Good.
Yes.
All right, and then there's the inscription on the door. Read it quickly once again.
Bruce, what did you do with my notebook?
I ate it! Rah!
Come here. Yep. Though one may hunger for fame and glory, progress can only be made by how one is prepared.
Oh, lovely, a riddle. I've read of these. You two seem to already know your way around here, so I'm certain you already know the answer.
Well, no, but I do think it has something to do with the puzzle in the next room.
Very well, let us proceed to the next room. You first, please.
Of course, Lady Renn.
Okay, and once again, sculptures of meatloaf, cookies, and vegetable soup with a knife, a spoon, and a hand.
And what is this supposed to be?
Looks like a puzzle.
We put the objects on the pillars as we thought they might be eaten with: a spoon with soup, a hand with cookies, a knife with whatever that is. But it doesn't seem to be correct.
Oh, I see. So you simply must place the applicable item on... It's like a matching game. Well,
Yes.
this is clearly all messed up. This is not the right spoon or knife you use.
Ah, so what you're saying is we have to find the proper table utensils somewhere in the room.
Yes, clearly.
I hadn't thought of that.
We're so screwed, guys.
Veg's gonna start looking through his mess kit.
I like how just super obvious the answer is, and nobody in character knows it.
It hurts my soul.
I don't know. I mean, if I have to... Damn, you're right. Veg is stupid. Forgetting that.
I want to make just a general intelligence check.
Okay.
I really hope you
Nope,
roll.
that's average. That's completely down the middle. That could be influenced by anything. Alright.
Oh, because Renn wouldn't know, Veg is not intelligent enough to know, Kiono has no chance of knowing, and apparently Ando just doesn't know.
Can Veg try something anyway?
Sure.
And like make me roll for it if I should, but he's gonna put a fork from his mess kit with the knife with the meatloaf. And then cookie goes to hand and soup goes to spoon.
Give me an Arcana check.
5.
Campaign is gonna end in the starter dungeon because we're all stupid.
We're
I
gonna
lost.
starve to death before we finish this puzzle.
It's a salad knife, not a meat knife. God!
Okay. Give me a we're gonna do it this way. Make an intelligence saving throw.
-1?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Is it cool? I think it might not be cool.
You watch as the arcane spell work kind of flares a bit
Mm-hmm.
and then goes out. And nothing seems to happen for a moment. And then it kind of flickers and comes back. And everyone make a perception check.
Did you just confuse the puzzle?
20, nat 20.
5.
7.
Amazing. So Renn is the only one who sees this.
That's not
The
good.
ceiling, there's kind of a something begins to poke through it, and you watch as this ghostly visage kind of emerges with this horrible grin on its face, with kind of like this pompadour haircut.
No!
Are you kidding me?
Ugh!
Um,
I said that was the problem!
and he says, "Hey there, guys. This isn't really my job anymore. What did you just do?"
Look up.
First of all, that's a different voice, and I'm grateful for that. Secondly,
Yeah, sorry.
Ren's-
My name is Ace.
is Ren the only one perceiving this?
No, everyone can hear him now.
Okay. I'm
Um,
sorry. Did I break it? I think I broke it. I'm sorry.
What
I
on
shouldn't have done
earth?
anything. What?
What puzzle is this? This isn't right. This is supposed to be the Tomb of Silence. What have you done with this place?
I'm sorry.
This is all terrible and just horribly gauche. And what is this amateurish spellwork? Oh, the master would be horrified if he could see what came of this, but he was reduced to cosmic space dust, so guess everything's fine. How are you guys doing?
Veg takes his knife back and puts it in the mess kit.
I agree with you. They set this up with it rigged. We cannot possibly get these matches correct if they have provided us with incorrect utensils.
What even are these things? Cookies? Meatloaf? Soup?
What?
All right, what kind of clues do you guys have to work with here? Because this is a little bit silly.
What is
I-
meatloaf?
I recite the words from the door.
Door. Poem.
Though you may hunger for though
Yeah.
you may hunger for glory, something you need to be prepared.
Something prepared. Depends on
I see.
how
I
it is
see.
prepared.
Well,
And I
I'm
think
just
as
an
I
air
say
elemental
that-
bound in the visage of a dead archlich, so I don't really know what's going on too much, but wow.
I want to
Just
say
wow.
that as we say that out loud, though, Otto's like, prepared! And then he, like, remembers that kitchens exist.
Thank you for saving us.
And he, like, goes around frantically moving things around.
And yeah, so this spectral being is just floating over where the fork and knife are, just like, and you added a fork to it.
Veg took the fork back. Well, if he didn't before, he's doing it now. I'm sorry.
All of this, and you added a fork.
I thought it would help. I thought you might need a knife and a fork for the meatloaf.
No, I mean, you're in the right space, and the master would congratulate you for your lateral thinking, but oh man.
Thank you.
So
the
what's going
background,
on
it's
here?
just
What
like,
is this place, you guys?
Quick, how do you prepare meatloaf? What's meatloaf?
What is meatloaf? T-shirt. What is meatloaf?
What do you mean, what is this place? You know what this is. You are hired here. Your act is very convincing.
Sort of. Yeah, like I said, my name is Ace. I was kind of a custodian for intrepid people such as yourself whenever this was still under control of the one true being, Arcerak. But he's been dead for a while, and I just checked in because the magic signature from here said, "Whoa," and it kind of gave an error that I wasn't familiar with. I'd thought maybe the creature below here was finally escaped, but nope, seems like he just stuck a fork in some magic controls and thought that was fine.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it didn't open the door, but you know.
Creature below, is that the true secret quest? I've read about that. They tell you
Oh.
it's this, but it's actually something else.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't really know what's going on here right now. This isn't the puzzle that used to be in this room.
Yes, you can't be too helpful, I understand.
No, but like this is the Tomb of Silence. That's exactly what it sounds like. There's a terrible creature sealed beneath this place.
Excellent, and we get through this, and then we go and battle it, and then we get our certificate, and then I get all kinds of compliments, and I can brag about it.
Can I
Yeah.
insight check to see if Ren is even remotely in the right direction here? Like,
Meow.
is even remotely in the right direction here? Like,
Sure, you can
If-
you can
if
Go
he is
ahead.
actually not part of the dungeon sort of thing.
Excuse me, Ace?
Yeah.
Are you capable of opening that door for us?
Yeah. I can bypass any dungeons, any traps, anytime.
Wow, can we just keep him in our
Excellent.
pocket?
It
Actually,
was
then,
kind of amazing that I've never been asked to do so previously.
I rolled 15,
I
by the way.
have another question. Are you aware of any goblins hiding out around here, or possibly entering here?
You mean hold that thought. So you rolled a 15 for your insight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ace is an employee, and Ren is reading a bit more into this than should probably be.
Okay.
All right. So you wanted to know if there are any goblins here.
Meow.
Just cats.
Just cat.
It's a goblin noise.
Yeah, there you go.
Aside from any that could potentially be in this room, please.
Why would that? Why?
No, if there's goblins in this room, I'd like to know about it.
There are none in this room, I am quite certain of that.
We can't solve this puzzle, so I'm not certain we know anything.
I gotcha. Unfortunately, no. I did just arrive here. Haven't checked out the rest of the dungeon. Probably won't. You guys seem to have this well in hand. Like I said, it's not really my job anymore. I just saw this and went, whoa! And, had to stop
Right.
by to see who put a fork in a magic puzzle.
Oh, really? I'm sorry about that.
No. It's great. It'll be a great story to tell.
Bad days make good stories.
Like I said, it was a good thought. Just honestly, if half of the adventurers that came through the Tomb of Horrors had this kind of sense that you did, most of them wouldn't have ended up skeletonized.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, quick question. Do you need exercising?
Oh, no, I'm not actually a ghost. I'm an air elemental that's been forced into this form by torturous arcane methods.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds positively horrifying. I
It
love the
is.
storytelling.
do you
Ah.
need exercising?
No, I'll be fine. It'll
Alright.
wear off in a few millennia, and I'll be able to go back to the elemental plane of air.
All right
well,
then.
Good for you.
Cheers.
Yeah, good luck with the rest of this, you guys.
Thank you.
Scream if you need anything. I won't hear it, but hey. And
Okay.
Did he open the door?
he didn't.
Oh, that was very, very impressive. I'm quite surprised with the dedication they have.
I don't. Wait, you think that was part of the dungeon?
Well, of course it was.
Oh.
What?
What else could it possibly be?
Well, I took him for an air elemental that had been forced into servitude through torture and arcane methods.
That is hilarious. Oh, you probably believe in all sorts of magical things, don't you?
Well, magic is real.
Yes, but those kinds of things you only hear about in stories.
I suppose.
That is just a bit too far-fetched to be true.
Not to derail, but you seem to have an idea earlier.
Oh,
Ondo.
right.
What was your idea?
Well, we're supposed to be prepared, right? Well, how do you make food? You prepare it, I think. So,
We have-
we're not
Do we
matching
need-
this food up to be eaten, we're matching it up to be made. However you make that weird block of stone, or...
Meatloaf, I believe.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect. That's easy enough then. We can just get someone to prepare it for us.
Well,
We're still screwed because no one knows how to cook here.
I roasted a rabbit once and it turned out decent.
That's fair.
Yes, perfect. You go make the meatloaf, the cookies, and the vegetable soup.
Very well. Yeah,
Right.
Veggrek is gonna do his best with the mess kit that he has, and
While he does that, I just move like the spoon to the soup, the knife to the cookies, and the hand to the meatloaf, in hopes that that does something.
So close.
Veggrek is trying to use his torches like an oven because that's what he's got.
Renn is
Yeah,
sitting back, just fixing her nails.
nothing quite happens. Though Ando has been interacting this quite a bit. Give me a just an intelligence check from Ando here.
18.
Yeah, between watching Veggrek try to like start working on some kind of meal and looking at the bowl of soup and even his own memory of, the elves were vegetarian. He's not unfamiliar with how they prepared food, having often been sent to the kitchens on missions to retrieve confections. You do recall that the vegetables in the stew are not whole and indeed had to have been chopped at some point.
Right. And then the next memory that returns to me is a little girl licking cookie dough off a spoon.
Bingo.
Aww.
Yeah. And then I move them around.
And as soon as you do that, the door in the wall slides open,
Oh,
revealing this passageway here.
well done.
Guys, it
We
took
did
us an
it.
hour to do this puzzle.
Sure did.
Incredible.
We may want to discuss with the creators of this dungeon that their puzzles might be too challenging.
I don't know. I didn't break a sweat. I thought it was quite impressive. I still don't understand. We're not done preparing the food. I don't know why the door opened. Perhaps some kind of a flaw in the system.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
We so dumb!
We did have the intention.
Renn doesn't know what food looks like when it's being made. She only knows what it's like when she's eating it.
Alright, I'll check the next hallway for traps. Wait here.
I think Veg is just
Alright.
going to stay watching Ren's back if the other two are leading.
So,
yeah, Ren's not leading.
yeah, go ahead and give me there's our investigation check. You do notice like these bricks here. There's kind of a lip. It's not tall. It's like maybe an inch and a half. This part is soft dirt. And then this is also soft dirt and kind of rocks just strewn about in what pretty quickly breaks into a natural cavern.
Right.
Seems to how this proceeds. So you got a little brick landing, then dirt, then a lip, then cavern.
Are you telling me that there's an animation cell right in front of us?
No. There is a decided not to detail the rest of the floors that detail-y cell, though.
I pick up a stone and just toss it onto the brick.
Yeah, the brick does not move.
Alright.
Does it explode?
Step
Nope.
onto it.
Dang it.
Alright, I think it's safe.
Cool. I don't actually say that. I don't say cool.
All right. The cavern ahead is dark and cool.
Just like us.
Yeah.
Just looking around for any signs of goblins.
How dark is it?
Sort of. It is dark.
All right. Let's have a little boop. Did I do that right? Yeah, that's the thing that makes my weapon glow, right? Bright light in a 20-foot radius. Dim
Yep.
light 20 feet beyond that. Very good.
So, yeah, there are some mushrooms in this cavern, in this area. In fact, as you approach, one of them kind of starts to shudder and vibrate.
A mushroom does?
Yep.
Yeah, great.
As if in warning.
Since I have dark vision, can I see any further out? Is there anything more I can see?
You can see, these are some pretty big rocks. It keeps you from seeing too terribly far here, but you do see like this entrance over here, that where the cavern continues on.
Okay. I suggest we make way that way. I see an entrance.
Okay.
All right. Making my way downtown.
Yep. Walking. My
Okay.
mouse.
As you pass through that area, the mushroom begins to scream.
Ah,
Doesn't
Goodness,
harm
what is that
you,
awful sound?
but yes, it is piercing and terrible. Everyone, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Is that supposed to do that?
nat 1.
14.
Just a sec.
9.
9 also.
Lady Renn, even over the screeching, you still hear the sound of some scrambling and some guttural noises from deeper in the cave that quickly disappear.
Lovely.
If it keeps screaming, I draw my energy sword.
Okay.
Stab it.
Yeah. Your sword crackles to life. You stab the shrieker, and it dies because they have like 2 hit points.
Alright, cool. And like no AC, I'm guessing.
Yeah, basically, it's impossible to miss.
Yeah.
They are
alright.
CR0 creatures.
Are there any more of them that we can see in here?
That seems to be the only one.
Does that normally happen? Like, is that a thing that plants do? Do they
Of course
scream?
not. Have you ever seen a plant that does something like that? I hope we don't encounter any more of those. That was... it has my heart pumping. And I do hear more things ahead. I hope it's not more screamers.
Gloom, have I ever seen a plant that does that?
You've come across shriekers from time to time in your adventures.
Yeah, I thought so.
They are not uncommon dungeon hazards, and they are frequently cultivated as early warning systems, especially by creatures like goblins.
Mm-hmm. But I don't hear any goblins, so whatever.
Well, I don't know any of this stuff, so I'm gonna keep going.
Yes, please. Please go ahead. I'd rather not be the first to hear another one of those.
Yes.
If we see another one, we might want to try and sneak past it without setting it off.
That must be to just educate you about the value of stealth and looking before you leap, as it were.
Noted. That is quite true. We've not been very stealthy.
Being prepared for startles.
And we did hear something up ahead. I will try to be sneaky.
Would you like me to turn my weapon's light off?
Yes, please.
Okay, I do that. We are not channeling divinity anymore.
I am attempting to be quiet as I proceed.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Not that it matters with everyone else. 17.
Now listen, we have the same stealth score. Fight me, Renn.
Is this the thing we're doing now? We're going to be sneaky?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Yep. I'm gonna match because this is apparently what we're doing now.
I feel like I read somewhere about paladins having trouble with stealth because of the armor. Does that do anything?
You have disadvantage if you're wearing heavy armor.
Yeah, if you're wearing heavy armor.
Cool. Chainmail's heavy, right?
Yes.
There's specific armor that is heavy that is disadvantage. I didn't think it was all. Am I wrong?
No, I think it's just heavy. I think they just decided to do it blanket.
There's certain medium armors you can wear that don't give you disadvantage.
Oh, that's it. I'm thinking medium.
11
Yeah, some of the
bad.
mediums are awkward.
Yep. I got you.
It's
I
better
was
than
thinking
Ondo.
medium armor.
Okay. Yep. 11. All right. You sneak forward.
I rolled a 21.
Nice. Kiono vanishes into the darkness.
I
am the
finally
knight.
roll well on it's a stinking stealth check.
And as Kiono, you come around the corner, you watch as there's a stone slab that slid into place and just quietly.
I hold my hand up like, whoa, hold on, stop.
I stop.
Is it still really dark through here?
It is now, yes.
Do changelings have dark vision?
Yeah.
Cool.
So this really weird human who has dark vision, apparently. Not
Yeah.
that anyone really cares or knows necessarily.
Mhm.
Veg might. Whatever. Anyways.
Can we all see in the dark?
I have dark vision. Oh, can you?
Technically, Warforged aren't listed as having dark vision.
Oh.
And then,
Well-
yeah,
That would explain your stealth roll.
you guys?
Guys,
Clank.
hello.
Runs into
Flash.
Kiono who's trying to signal to stop.
Technically, I didn't think changelings had dark vision either, but I could be wrong about that.
Oh no, it's my shadow magic class.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Clank,
Okay.
clank.
A part of the wall just shut up here. And that seems suspicious. Because I'm pretty sure walls don't just shut.
Well, in
Can
this
you-
case, perhaps we should check for traps.
Can you point to where it was?
Yeah, in the darkness.
Can you?
I'm gonna see if I notice anything off about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll kind of point at the wall.
Go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage.
19.
Yeah, with Kiono pointing it out and knowing what to look for, more or less, you do find a secret passage.
What does the secret passage look like? Just a hole?
This one is a simple stone like panel that opens up, it slides open, and then yes, there's a tunnel behind it.
Okay.
And that's not the one we can see on the map.
Correct. It actually goes out from here.
All right.
The rest of the dungeon does continue on.
Oh, I believe I have identified a secret hidden way we can go through.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you, thank you. Now lead the way.
Me?
Well, certainly not me.
Well,
What if
I'll...
there's nasty bugs and water in there? Oh, the worst is when you are trotting through somewhere that hasn't been traveled for a while and there's a spider web and you get it in your mouth. Oh, yes, please, not me. Perfect.
Fiona's already in the tunnel.
I follow.
Ah, mouse.
I'm letting Kiono take the lead since Kiono seems to be a little bit better at the stealth thing so far.
You're probably like holding on to the back first.
Yeah, like I've got one hand on like.
We're like holding
loose
hands in the darkness,
clothing.
like, hey, let's go.
Do try to be more quiet. We are trying to be stealthy.
Yes, Lady Renn.
Yeah,
Not you, the strange armored one whose name I've completely forgotten.
Ondoa Thantira?
Yes. Do try to be more quiet.
Yes. Apologies.
So you go down the tunnel. It curves around about 30 degrees upwards back to the north, and then arrives at a small chamber, which does appear to be empty.
Are there any other doors or anything in this chamber? Or is it just a
Make an
chamber?
investigation check.
Uh, 10.
I would also like
Sure.
to make a
Two.
check. Duda.
3.
Duda didn't roll higher than Ren. Oh, no, I did.
5.
Amazing.
Duda day.
We're screwed. Guys, we're screwed.
So you're going through the room, poking around, and eventually Hondo's like, I don't think there's
Trigger all
anything in
the
here,
traps.
and leans up against the wall, and there's a panel that opens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully this is where they're coming from.
They being...
Goblins.
Oh, yes, the goblins, the goblins.
Goblins.
I will lead
They
the
do
way
stock
again.
them with quite real goblins, isn't that correct?
Well,
Rather literally real goblins, as I understand it.
there should be 2 real goblins, but the concern is there have been more goblins.
Renn turns to look at Veg. This is going to be quite a test of loyalty for you, isn't it?
Why's that?
Good. I do appreciate you playing dumb. However, if I see any funny business and trying to collaborate with them, I will have you hanged.
Why would I do that?
Yes.
Can we
Oh.
hear this? Is this
Yeah.
right
Real
here?
subtle one.
Oh, you know it.
Is Veggrek afraid of goblins by chance?
Yes, very frightened of goblins. That is good enough to go with.
You needn't be afraid, Veggrek. We'll be quite well armed.
Thank you.
Oh, how kind. You are all too kind. See, you do not have anything to be afraid of. They will be armed. So
It's not-
don't try anything funny.
No, it's not a fear exactly as much of a.
Yes, it is a fear. Let us be off.
Mm,
Kiono's just kind of watching this, like, what is happening? You know, I don't care, and it just walks forward.
All right, you walk through the other tunnel, which kind of switchbacks the way that the other one came.
Spits us out back in the tunnel we
Nope,
just arrived from.
it comes down to kind of another cavernous area, and you can see some fire in the distance and hear some voices and that sort of thing.
How long have we been down here now?
At this point, probably 2 or 3 hours.
We suck!
This adventure dungeon,
2.5
It's
hours of
quite
a
long.
puzzle.
this adventure is quite long. I think I would like to stop for a snack. My legs are very tired. I am not wearing the right shoes for this.
Wait, Lady Renn, right here?
Well, where else are we going to stop? I cannot take another step forward.
Yeah,
You're going to have to carry me, or we're going to have to rest.
I try to pick her up.
I
There
just
are-
believe this isn't the safest venue to take our break. I think maybe we should deal with the coming room, unless you would like to wait here.
Very
while
well,
we go
but
ahead.
yes, someone will have to carry me. I don't want to get a blister.
I'm picking her up. Is that an athletics or a strength check?
Just strength.
17.
Yeah. Just
Nice.
overhead. Yeah,
Probably gonna sheathe my spear to do that, but
definitely.
there you are.
Do be gentle.
Certainly.
Drops her immediately.
I mean, she deserves it.
All right. So do you proceed like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over encumbered.
I'm still like holding onto his hand as we go through the tunnel.
We're nailing it.
All right. The passageway opens up in the next room, and you see 5 goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And Veggrek, you notice before anybody, 4 of these goblins are Dragonlands goblins.
Uh-huh.
One of these goblins is a Yene,
Okay.
Yeneath. And they are all kind of just huddled up against the wall, weapons brandished, like, don't come any further.
Oh, wonderful. We found them. We are here to slay you. Please go down gently.
Would prefer not to.
Well, of course you'd prefer not to. It has to be challenging.
Why must you slay us?
Well, that is the quest. If we don't slay you, we don't get the certificate, and I don't get bragging rights.
Well, is it? I don't know that Kafie specified that we had to slay him. I think it was just if we dealt with them and kept them out of the starter dungeon, then I mean, there's a way. There's all we could try diplomacy.
Diplomacy with goblins?
Perish the thought.
We don't want.
No, I believe some good slaying is in order. Chop chop!
Well, I can't slay anything, seeing as I'm carrying you, and I'd be limited to kicking them to death.
Ah, well, I
So-
suppose in that case I will rest against this rock while you slay them. Chop chop!
That looks like an awfully dirty rock. Are you sure?
I am quite capable on my
It's-
own.
Absolutely covered in fungus. And you don't...
Where?
Oh, just all over the place.
Then I will sit upon the ground. Now go slay them. Enough delaying.
The
I
ground?
see what you're trying to do.
Lady Renn,
What
don't
of you two? Aren't you here to stop them as well?
Well, I was waiting to see what you would end up doing in this specific scenario, Lady Renn. Are you comfortable now?
I am as comfortable as is possible, I suppose. However, these goblins need to be
Good.
dealt with. That is what you are here for.
I have a question. They live in a cave. Why are we killing them? They haven't done
That
anything
is
to
the
us.
mission.
You are goblins, right?
We're goblins.
I love how they're standing here just letting us have this conversation. How sweet of them.
They're
I'm
kind
not
of
killing
like,
them.
we're trying to interject, but it's like maybe we just let the tall ones talk for a little bit. And they seem confused.
Question: Is it the NES that's
They-
been talking to us?
Yes, the
Okay.
NA is the one talking.
Had a feeling.
We've been living down here. Oh boy, you guys are. I guess the game's up now. Listen, we've been down here for a while. We weren't really supposed to be. We were. My father's father was captured while we were traveling east from Tappletwag. We were-
It's Tappletwog.
Listen,
Just so you know.
I'm from Tappletwag. I know what it's called.
I love.
It's a regional accent.
But we were thrown down here with these other Goblins. And we taught them how to
Doggy.
not be so messy. Yes,
Well-
Bruce, those goblins.
That's a worthy pursuit.
But listen, we didn't ever want to be down here.
If we removed you, then that'd be fine, I imagine. You wouldn't be here anymore.
That depends
Explain
on
all
what
of
you
those
mean
dead
by that
adventurers.
phrasing.
Sorry.
Okay, so how do I put this? The goblins here are from a clan to the southeast, and their people are pretty savage. So sometimes, whenever they get overexcited, we have a little bit of difficulty reining them in. To be fair, we do have to. Well, normally we try to keep the population that's out in the dungeon, like to be our old and sick goblins. So oh boy, we got a whole operation here. I need to explain from the beginning. So whenever those guys up top bring in new goblins, we try to snatch them up quick before the adventurers that come through can get to them. Of course, we couldn't just have them disappear, otherwise they might investigate further. And, that would be bad. So, we have to stick out like old or sick goblins. We do like a little bit of a lottery so that there's something there for the adventurers to kill. And, well, they're stupid up there, so they don't know a young goblin from old goblin.
Hey, Hunger Games, guys.
And to be clear, how often do these training adventurers come through to eliminate
That
you?
depends. Usually it's a big group of them once every couple of months. Like maybe 3 or 4 different groups come through.
I refuse to believe that Edger would be stupid enough to realize some plan like this. You're just trying to pull our heartstrings. Now slay them already. That is what we came here to do. We cannot clear the dungeon unless we slay the goblins.
Specifically, we were told we were supposed to figure out what was going on. We figured out what was going on. That was our mission.
Yeah, I think what happened was my great-grandpappy was captured. They were traveling merchants from Tapletwag. And I think they got confused for some of these Dragonlands gobbers. Made good best of a bad situation is what I always said. So we've been living down here for a few generations now. Got a little goblin city going on. It's pretty nice. You wanna stop by and see it?
No,
Heavens, no.
thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Out of character, am I, like, just looking at these goblins, am I able to put together of what I saw of Veggrek's face?
Yeah, Veggrek does look like 4 of these goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So far, we've only met
Yep.
nice goblins,
And
guys. And Dort, who is his own kind of nice.
Ren does not think he's
Yeah,
nice.
but I've only met nice goblins.
Listen, you can't tell them about the place down here. Like, if you need to kill some goblins to let them know that you found the last of us, then that's fine. But if they know we're down here, they're going to eradicate all of us, and that's just not fair.
And how long do you think you can stay hidden here exactly? They're not going to stop looking as long as these accidents keep happening and children
Yeah,
keep
we got to
dying.
figure out how to deal with that.
I think that it seems your only option is to leave.
Would you help us leave? We gotta
Yes.
maybe make a big
just-
distract them so we can flee, like, all at once.
This is ridiculous. Are you going to seriously consider what these monsters are saying? They are liars and savages and thieves. Do you not know what goblins
have
are
none of
known
those-
for? I almost
No, I
died
don't.
to a
They've
goblin.
done none of those things. Do you know how to listen to people?
Normally, I do not do the listening. No.
Obviously. So is there a reason why we can't just like turn my back
Oh,
on Ren? Just like,
nice.
nope. Is there a reason why we can't just explain there were some nice goblins who
Well,
got
they're not
stuck?
nice. They are sending their
down
old and
here?
their sick to be slaughtered, and
Well,
risking
yeah,
the
but
lives
who's
of every
doing the
child that comes
slaughtering
down
here?
They are protecting their people. Sacrifices must be made.
Well, all they're doing is
sometimes.
skulking about in the dark, living out in the. If they were to come clean about it and come out into the light and tell them what's been going on, they wouldn't. What kind of life is this?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is let them just tell the people upstairs, on the surface, that they want to leave and go back to
Yes,
their home.
fine. Let us do that, and then they will all be slaughtered. I'm fine with that. It means we don't have to do any of the dirty work ourselves. Why don't we
Yeah,
go
what
just
she
do
said,
that?
they would probably just kill all of us.
Perfect. Let's go.
Well, I clearly don't understand why people hate goblins.
Apparently, there are many people who do not understand.
Well, in their defense, it does seem that goblins have apparently been killing young adventurers who've come in here. That's not a lie. But on behalf of these goblins, I haven't seemed to meet one that has seemed bloodthirsty. So it seems we're at an impasse.
So perhaps we just allow them to go, assist them in that capacity. and then
Well,
claim we fixed it.
What's
There's
gonna
one
happen
more
when?
thing.
How many of them are you? How many strong are you in this little city you've got going?
oh, like how many total goblins, or like
Yeah.
how many fighting goblins?
No,
'Cause
how many
those
can
are-
we expect to escape? Should
there's
we
about
participate?
500 of us.
500. Wow. What do
Oh,
a lot of you suppose that would do to the surrounding countryside, to the city of Alibrook, if 500 goblins just
500.
up and appeared out of nowhere?
I mean, really, about as much as I would expect to happen to 4.5 adventurers if they said they weren't going to work with us.
What about that, huh? That's something.
Are you threatening
well,
Oh,
this
us?
no.
table just got flipped.
You dare threaten us?
I didn't say anything like it. I'm just saying that if we're apparently such brutal savages that can't be trusted to leave peacefully, there's not a whole lot of hope for you now, is there?
You make a very valid point. However, I come equipped with these highly qualified, I think, fighters.
The gods have sent us down.
Kiono kind of looks around.
Listen, we don't want to hurt anybody, but there's probably some other things you need to understand. Our gobos, they didn't kill those kids.
What do you mean? You're burying the
Well-
lead a bit.
Yeah, not directly. I was getting to it, but I keep getting accused of being a bloodthirsty monster, so you can understand my reluctance. So this here tomb here apparently belonged to some kind of evil something or other. Don't really know the details. But there's some kind of evil presence down in the mine, and if you spend too long near the door, you kind of go a little crazy and a little bloodthirsty. So, it was our guys, but they were driven insane.
Mm.
So you keep them away from the
Yeah, we
crazy
mostly
door?
try, but, there's, like most of these Dragonlands fellers aren't too bright, so sometimes they get stuck there and do it anyway.
A very convenient story. Oh, it wasn't our fault. We were driven mad
Well-
by some. Wait a minute, didn't they mention a creature below?
Yes, they did.
Is this actually part of our quest then? Maybe the goblins are a distraction and we're actually supposed to go below.
Lady Renn, I don't believe this is a designed part of the dungeon.
It does seem a bit elaborate, but these are companions of my beloved Edger, so
Somehow-
I wouldn't put it past them to pull off something this amazing.
In either case,
Hmm.
Kiono, would you have us go down there and attempt to dispatch this thing? What's got all the goblins riled up?
I mean, if that seems to be the logical thing, assuming
I'm
it
just
is
asking. I'm
something
just
we
asking
could
whether
deal
you get
with.
an inkling of, whether or not the gods want us on this path. No?
Now, I am not the most intelligent or broadly knowledged man.
Oh
Well,
well, it's not that.
but
It's more of
I don't recommend that we release an ancient evil from its tomb. I think that might cause more problems than we solve with the goblins.
If there was perhaps a way to seal it better, perhaps? It is leaking through the door. So perhaps make the door a wall or something.
Well, that would be cool. Listen, if we can get our guys out of here and just leave you to it, whatever you guys decide to do with that thing, that would be super great. That's all we really ever wanted. We'll get out of your hair if you can give us enough of a distraction, or at least a promise that we won't get hyper murdered as we try to escape.
But will you be hyper murderous once we let you out?
I mean, again, we could have done that pretty easily.
Well,
It's true. Veggrek, Sir Veggrek.
I'm not a sir. I'm
There
not a
is
sir.
nothing to stop
I've
them
not been
from-
knighted.
Ma'am Veggrek.
No. Squire. Sorry.
Squire.
No, I'm sorry. Thank you. If that was a bit of prediction, that never mind. What?
If they are truly 500 strong, and they were truly evil monsters, it is a question of why wouldn't they simply already be preying on Alibrook?
Well, they're not smart enough to open doors. So
We had 2 secret doors you had to go through to get here. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying you're not smart enough to build doors, but
But the door literally closed when I found
well,
it.
that's you can close.
If this truly was not part of the adventure dungeon, then truly you are very incompetent at hiding your secret entryways. It's amazing you've lived this long.
Well, that's what the Shrieker's for. It's like a doorbell, except we run away from it.
I think we should let them go. They haven't exactly done anything except be driven insane by a thing that they are forced to be near. So move them away from the thing they're forced to be near.
If you
Yes? No?
yeah.
Listen, I know where you're coming from. These Dragonlance fellows, they're usually pretty bad news.
We're standing right
And they're all
here.
kind of just like nodding, like, yeah, we are. But listen, we've shown them the light of Yane and shown them that there's a better way to be and that you don't have to just eat everything all the time. Sometimes it's nice to leave some of the cookies that you baked left over for other people. Isn't that right, Chuck? Yeah. Yeah. So, we've had a few generations to get these guys sorted out. They're doing pretty okay.
That's quite noble of you. For what it's worth, I'm on board with the plan to release you lot. I've come around.
I think we should speak to Kafie.
Yes, I agree with that.
I think we should make a case for these goblins to be let go, and
Oh, yes, by all means. Make a case for them to be let go. Yes, I quite agree with this.
we should trust in authority to
Yes,
aid
in
us,
all the actually
rather
not
than-
insane correct ways of handling things, yes.
What happens if they decide not to let them go?
Well, I guess that would be terrible. But it's a chance we're going to have to take.
It would be. It would be 500 people killed for no reason.
They are not people, they are goblins. There is a very big difference.
I don't know what that difference is. They look like people to me.
Are
And
you
they are coming
blind?
around.
No, it's it is definitely the other guy over here who's blind. Been talking in the dark this whole time. But I don't know that, so
Oh no.
poor guy. I don't think there's a reason to put those 500 people at risk.
What I see happening is when we go to Kafie, that one of 3 things: either he'll agree with us and let him go, or he'll marshal up some troop to exterminate the lot of them, or he'll have the whole thing sealed off and leave them to wallow in their increasing leaky misery.
Great, let's go! What are we waiting for? Why are we still sitting here?
We're deliberating.
What if
Greg is still carrying Kiono,
we sent some
just to make that clear. He's not put her down yet.
What if some of us went to Kafie as a distraction, and the others helped get everyone out of here. And then, regardless, they will be free, and if he agrees, we can just say, "Oh, we did it already. Thank you for agreeing with us." And if we don't, if he doesn't agree, then he'll send his troops and they will find nothing.
And what about everybody else surrounding the school?
We do it at
And
night.
Sundry.
Sneaking is done at night.
All right. I'm game.
Oh, yes, I volunteer quite readily to go up and talk to Kapie.
Well, I'll come with you because I have to.
Can I insight check her? Do I understand sarcasm and lying?
Go right ahead. Go ahead and give us a deception check there, Renn.
Ooh,
Ooh.
11.
I trust Renn with my life.
Yeah, Ren's a little too excited about that, maybe.
Not to me.
That's amazing. I think that Renn and I should help the goblins.
Excuse
While
me?
Ondo and Squire Veg go
I can't
up
let
and talk
Lady
to
Renn out of my
Kafie.
sight.
I will
don't-
have her in my
well,
sight.
I
I pick up Renn.
Put me down immediately! Excuse me!
I suppose I can't think of safer hands to have her in.
Excuse me! This is a very dire transgression! Put me down!
No,
Can I struggle to get down? Please,
Yeah,
no avail,
make
please, no avail.
either an athletics or an acrobatics check at your option.
Well, yes, that's low. I mean, no, that's low.
And just an athletics check from Kiono. Yep, not even
18.
just this vice-like embrace that she has. What are you, just slung her over your shoulder? Yep.
Just over my shoulder. Over my shoulder. This is how I carry people in all of my games, apparently, is I just throw them over my
Sack of
shoulder.
beans.
I am throwing quite a loud temper tantrum.
I look at Veg. How do you propose they'll sneak?
That. I mean, they're good at sneaking. But I can't say I don't. I'm a bit bewildered myself.
Well, there's another goblin community nearby, correct? We just send them out in
Okay.
groups?
Veg is starstruck, obviously. Just looking at looking at Kiono with the most admiration and awe.
Renn is calling you all kinds of obscene things that would get her mouth washed out with soap.
Yeah, he is not listening. He's heard it all before.
I'm a little amazed,
All
but I'm just
right.
kind of like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
I've never heard an insult before, so I don't know what's going on.